And here it is, right here. Roll up, ladies and gentlemen. One man went to mow. Here it is, right here. Here I am, right here. I hope you are right there. The session has commenced and your company is required. That thing that we do round about this time is being done exactly at this time. So if you are available right now, avail yourself of the session. Apologies for the somewhat latish time in coming on stream. I was trying, but my system is playing up. I keep saying it's just really me and a laptop. Just a middle market laptop. So nothing fantastic or special. It is really the panelist that makes the sessions. One man went to mow. The eagle has landed.
Another Savior, holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior, holy, 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 Adimebujuku.
Well, this is Mobien. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and Ipob families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 all the Megodu is another Savior. They were singing out, holy, 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 all the Megodu is another Savior. Holy, 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 all the Megodu is another Savior. Many years after the genocide, whoa, yet another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and he's leading the Biafrans to victory. In your Madika, Yabika Kokwanam Noah. Hey, Anamekele Mazuche Mefo. Manemo, it's an honor having you on board. When I'm singing along, holy, 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 Nandekano is another Savior. Gonna sing along, holy, 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 Nandekano is another Savior. When I sing along, holy, 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 is another Savior. Getting moving right and getting moving faster now. Holy, 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 is another Savior. Holy, holy, getting moving right, moving faster. Yeah, for freedom. Is another Savior. Yeah, for freedom. Holy, 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 Nandekano is another Savior.
Another Savior, holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior, holy, 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 Adimebujuku.
Well, this is Mobien. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and Ipob families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 all the Megodu is another Savior. They were singing out, holy, 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 all the Megodu is another Savior. Holy, 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 all the Megodu is another Savior. Many years after the genocide, whoa, rising up now. Oh, and it's leading the Biafrans to victory. Inyamadika, yabika kwa namno wow. Hey, anamekele mazuche mefo.
And there it is right there. Holy, holy, the tones of defiance from the eastern parts of Nigeria. So, holy, holy, as guys, I bring you this. Why Buhari will never support Jonathan's rumored 2023 presidential ambition. A headline attributed to presidency sources. So, when you usually hear presidency sources, don't take that as just rumors. It is essentially the presidency and by extension Buhari leaking stuff into the public discussion, but not making an official statement. So when you're hearing presidency sources, that is either Femi Adesina or Garba Shehu speaking to a trusted journalist under the promise of anonymity. So don't disregard when you hear presidency sources. It is usually Buhari speaking. Why Buhari will never support Jonathan's rumored 2023 presidential ambition, a headline attributed to presidency sources. So presidency sources, 2023, Atiku to retain Peter Obi as vice president. So we all knew, of course, that the extent of Peter Obi's reach could never really reach beyond just the position of deputy, because who on God's earth will elect Peter Obi as president of Nigeria? That is something that will never happen on this earth or in the life after. And it looks as though that's now been nailed down as a categorical fact. 2023, Atiku to retain Peter Obi as vice president. So that rhymes more with reason and logic than Peter Obi actually being a president. So from that to this, our 2023 presidency, RCCG pastor under fire for endorsing Oshibanjo says he spoke for himself. Says he spoke only for himself. So he can claim all he likes that he spoke only for himself. But really, what emboldens Oshibanjo to step forward so frontally, a man that is always known for being meek and timid? So what emboldens him, of course, is the endorsement of his own leader, not Malam Buhari, Pastor Adeboye. It is Pastor Adeboye that has told him that he wants that presidency, and he has instructed Oshibanjo to go and get it. And he has probably told him that God has told him that he was going to sit on that seat. And you know, Oshibanjo could have left that post when they were dropping his helicopters and all whatnot. And his mother was crying all over Nigeria. But he's starting that in that vice position still, emboldened by the assurances that Pastor Adeboye would have given him. So have no equivocation that RCCG is a non-partisan organization, religious body. No, they are an Oshibanjo campaign team, and that is his political structure right there. So one of them has let that not so secret leak, and he now trying to retrace his steps. 2023 presidency, RCCG pastor under fire for endorsing Oshibanjo, says he spoke only for himself. You can tell that to the Marines. Even before you said so, we knew already that Oshibanjo is essentially the RCCG candidate. So now, this is now a calculated political move. So how this plays out is to be seen. Because with this statement, he alienates a bunch of people, but then he brings a bunch of people on board. I support IPOB's agitations. Wike reveals what Nnamdi Kanu said about him. So if Wike is endorsing, they are putting this in quotation marks, so we want to know what underpins that statement, because as a standalone, it reads differently as from how it might be in context. So we don't know the context for it yet. But as a standalone, it's a very bold, calculated political move, if he actually said that. But first, the headline again, I support IPOB's agitation. Wike reveals what Nnamdi Kanu said about him. So quite what Nnamdi Kanu said about him and what level of endorsement he's actually giving IPOB, we'll find out shortly. Shehu Sani reveals only way a southerner will succeed Buhari. So now it looks as though now it's not even in our decision whether we become president of Nigeria anymore. It is at the behest of the Malams to decide yea or nay our fate. So this is what they will have you have be the case, but would you have it be the case? So all of that in discussion. So plenty to go through. Kick back, as I said, lean back, as I said, take it easy, as I said, and surrender yourself to the session. But before you throw your hands up in surrender to the session, do the usual needful, the protocol. Click on the like button so that we are propelled up the YouTube algorithm. Click on the subscribe button as well to fulfill all righteousness. Having now fulfilled all righteousness, lean back, kick back, take it easy, and let me ease you into the session with a little bit of a musical backdrop from the eastern quarters of Nigeria. Put on your dancing shoes as we partake in another Python dance.
Ipob, o meriwo n'Izu, Odiya, Abakare, Mama Daora, Unapoli Meri Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapoli Meri Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapoli Meri Nandi bu onyedu Ipob, o meriwo n'Izu, Odiya, Abakare, Mama Daora, Unapoli Meri Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapoli Meri Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapoli Meri Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapoli Meri Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapoli Meri Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapoli Meri Nandi.
And there it is, right there, the voices of defiance from the eastern parts of Nigeria. Nnamdi wins the war, they insist, and they will have it no other way. Nnamdi wins the war, as guys, I bring you this. Why Buhari will never support Jonathan's rumored 2023 presidential ambition. A headline attributed to presidency sources. President Mohammed Buhari is no part of the plot to draft in former President Goodluck Jonathan into the ruling All Progressive Congress and lure him into the presidential race for the 2023 general elections, according to presidency sources quoted by correspondents. There were reports in some sections of the media last week that some political hawks in the APC, including President Buhari, are plotting to woo Goodluck Jonathan to the party and get him fielded as the party's 2023 presidential standard bearer. However, a senior presidential, however, a senior presidential aide told correspondents that President Buhari only has great respect for Jonathan, particularly with the way he handled the outcome of the 2015 presidential election by graciously accepting defeat and congratulating him, Buhari, despite pressures from some of his loyalists to do otherwise. Buhari does not want him to succeed him in 2023. It is pure mischief for anyone to say President Buhari is the one behind the move by some politicians to draft the former president into the party and make him contest the 2023 presidential election. Far from it. The Buhari I know will never make a move to allow Jonathan, a man he heavily criticized for mismanaging the affairs of the country whilst he had held sway as president, to take over from him. Doing so will reverse all the gains the administration has recorded since 2015. For us in the presidency, one thing is clear. President Buhari holds his predecessors in very high esteem as a true statesman due to the manner he handled the outcome of the presidential election in 2015. Nobody believed that a ruling party with a sitting president which controls the security agencies and even INEC can lose the presidential election. When that happened, some enemies of Nigeria who had earlier predicted doomsday that the country will cease to exist in 2015 asked him not to accept the outcome. He rejected their entreaties and called President Buhari to congratulate him. Even though President Buhari was not happy with the way Jonathan managed the affairs of the country, his being gracious in defeat really touched Buhari, especially when you compare what Jonathan did with what some African leaders such as Laurent Gbagbo and Yahya Jammeh did in Cote d'Ivoire and the Gambia, respectively. Also, this government has had its shortcomings and made some mistakes, but you will not see Jonathan writing letters or publicly criticizing the government just to score cheap political points. Rather, he knows he has free access to Aso Rock to see President Buhari and share his thoughts privately. These are the two reasons President Buhari greatly admires the former president. But saying President Buhari is working behind the scenes to lure him into the APC and impose him on the party members as a presidential candidate is pure mischief, he added. Still speaking, the aide said, Buhari believed that Jonathan's performance as president was below par, and that was why he joined hands with other like minds to oust him from office in 2015. Having laid a solid foundation for growth and continuity, he would not allow the progress made so far to be reversed by bringing the same Jonathan back to succeed him in 2023. That can never happen. The former president, according to the report, has severed his ties with his party, the People's Democratic Party PDP, since 2019. He never supported the PDP governorship candidate in Bayelsa governorship election, whilst his mother and his kinsmen also celebrated the victory of the APC in the election. The court, however, overturned the victory of APC candidate David Leon, and Doye Dire of PDP was sworn in as the governor. Since then, the leadership of the APC, led by the former National Caretaker Committee Chairman Governor Mia Malabuni, and several groups, especially in the northern part of the country, have been mounting pressure on Jonathan to join the APC. The report further noted that those behind the move were some brokers in the APC who believe that since the clamor for a power shift to the southern part of the country in 2023 is so intense, Jonathan should be considered, as he can only serve one term, having served out his first term from 2011 to 2015. They envisage that whilst other presidential aspirants in the south, such as Bola Tinubu, the Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, Rotimi Amechi, will want to serve 2 terms if elected president, Jonathan, upon serving a term, will hand over power to a northerner in 2027. So that sounds like an Abubakar Malami strategy right there. So he wants to park himself in the State House in Kebbi just for 4 years, and then come back and seize the presidency, and then the killings and looting continues. So from that to this, still within the presidential space, pardon me, I just need to, I'm going to come off screen for a moment. I just need to, I need to sneeze. So let me come off the screen and just, I don't want to make a mess in front of you guys. So let me play you the Holy Song just for a second.
Oh, you do Ipob. Oh, Mary, oh, Nindizu. Oh, Abakare. Mama Daura, Unaburi Mary Nandi, Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two.
So there it is right there. Nnamdi still winning the war. So Nnamdi still winning the war according to the Easterners. 2023, Atiku to retain Peter Obi as vice president. So Peter Obi's politics will never really reach beyond. There's a glass ceiling for the Igbo people, and that is vice president. I'm not sure that Nigeria is ready for an Igbo president, and Atiku does not think so either. Atiku to retain Peter Obi as vice president. The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party in 2019, Atiku Abubakar, has plans to retain his running mate Peter Obi if he wins the presidential primary of the PDP. Atiku and Obi lost to President Muhammad Buhari and the All Progressive Congress in 2019. An associate of the presidential aspirant, while speaking to correspondents, claimed that the former vice president said he would like to retain Obi as vice president if he wins the presidential ticket of the main opposition party. The associate, when asked why the former governor of Anambra State is contesting in the presidential primary of the PDP, said it is because the PDP has thrown its presidential ticket open. He said, Peter Obi is running because the party did not zone the ticket to any region. Every qualified aspirant will contest and the best will emerge as the candidate of the party. We can't ask him not to contest. What if he wins? If Obi is lucky enough to get the majority vote of the delegates and become the presidential candidate, Atiku and all of us will give him maximum support. A public affairs analyst, Wale Adegoke, while speaking on the chances of the Southeast winning the ticket, said the region needs to work very hard so they don't lose out in 2023. Adegoke said, the Igbos have to work very hard. If not, they will miss out on both president and VP. Hence, you see South-South politicians now emphasizing their Igbo or Igbo-related names, Amechi, Ifeanyi Chukwu, etc., all in a bid to create a shadow of Igbo-ness in them to assuage the agitation in Igbo land. Unfortunately, some Igbos from the Southeast are even falling for that scam. So there it is right there. And the Igbos from the Southeast are falling for that scam, as we saw Ohaneze Indigbo endorse Wike and Amechi. So there it is right there. Politics masterclass. So from that to this, 2023 presidency, RCCG pastor under fire for endorsing Oshibanjo says he spoke only for himself. Pastor Timothy Olaniyan, the head of politics and governance of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, RCCG, has reacted to criticism from different quarters over a comment he made regarding the candidacy of Vice President Yemi Oshibanjo for the 2023 general elections. Olaniyan at the weekend had said that Oshibanjo remains the only child of God and a pastor that could change the narrative of governance in Nigeria. Olaniyan was quoted to have said, "Money politics in this country has led us to where we are now. People will promise heaven and earth, and at the end of the day, you see them giving 1,000, 2,000 naira to eligible voters. After the election, you won't see any of them. After the election, you won't see any of their promises being fulfilled, and the people they gave money will not have access to those notable politicians. It is high time our eyes were opened. What we want is not those baits. We want somebody that will make a promise to our children and fulfill it. If you tell me education is going to be free, I want to get there and make it free so that we would not continue to build up youths who have no future. As of today, Pastor Yemi Oshibanjo is not just a pastor, he's still a child of God. There are many pastors who can decide to do rituals with human skull and still claim to be pastors. I am talking of a child of God. However, clarifying the statement which he made at the event organized by New Era Nigeria, Olaniyan said he did not speak for the church, but for himself. But Olaniyan, you did speak for the church because, of course, you set up a whole political structure. You did not have all these structures in 1999, in 2004, in 2007, all the way through 2000, and all the elections we have had. You did not have a political structure within ICCG or RCCG, but now that your own son is vying for the presidential slot, you have set up a political structure to sensitize and sanitize your congregation to politics and the potency of their voters card, but it's nothing to do with your son vying for the presidency. You can whistle that in the wind and tell that to the Marines, tell that to the idiots, but don't tell that to us. I support IPOB's agitation. Wike reviews what Nnamdi Kanu said about him. Governor Yemsin Wike has said he supports the agitation of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB in the southeast, but does not endorse the violence. Wike, in a recent interview with Channels Television, disclosed that he agrees with the agitations, but not the violence. I support the agitations in the southeast, whether anybody likes it or not. I do. We should sit down at the round table and discuss it. But again, what do I do wrong when you have not gone? But again, what do I do wrong when you have not gone to say bomb everything there? I am a governor, and you are telling me what has never happened, and I should accept. Do you need to kill everybody in my area simply for me to say I am with you? And I said, no, I won't do that. He added that there was a time Nnamdi Kanu praised him, adding that the group was not a threat to him. Why would they be a threat to me? It is because of the division in this country today that we have never had this country being so divided this way. There came a time IPOB was singing. Praises about Wike. This Nnamdi Kanu was singing praises that Wike is our son. So this now speaks to that narrative, that language, that tonality that Adegoke was just speaking to just then, that they are now putting an ego inflection on their being to capture the ego slot. So what did Adegoke say? It says the egos. I'm just going back to recapture what Adegoke said, because what Adegoke said is exactly what Wike is doing now. So this was what Adegoke said. He said the egos have to work very hard if they are not to miss out on both the president and the VP. Hence, you see South politicians now emphasizing their ego or ego-related names, Amechi, Ifeanyi, etc., all in a bid to create a shade of ego-ness in them to assuage the agitation in Igbo land. Unfortunately, some egos from the southeast are even falling for that scam. So yeah, there it is right there, and there is the scam. So the scam that Adegoke talked about is this paragraph right here. So I'm going now to Wike's comments. He added that there was a time Nnamdi Kanu praised him, adding that the group was not a threat to him. Why would they be a threat to me? It is because of the division in this country today that we have never had this country being so divided this way. There came a time IPOB was singing praises about Wike. This Nnamdi Kanu was singing praises that Wike is our son. So that is the scam right there. And of course, the gullible egos will fall for it. So from that now to the last readout. Shehu Sani reveals only way a southerner will succeed Buhari. So let's have this one, and then we'll come into the room. Former Kaduna lawmaker Shehu Sani has revealed the only way a southerner will succeed Buhari in 2023. As the 2023 election draws closer, different groups have been demanding that the South, and in particular the Southeast, produce the next president of the country. However, the two major political parties, PDP and APC, have not spoken on the decision to zone their presidential ticket. Sharing his thoughts via Twitter on Tuesday, Sani stated that the only way a southerner would emerge as president is if both APC and PDP pick a southern candidate. He tweeted, "Power will shift to the south only if the candidates of the two political parties are picked from the south." Meanwhile, the governor of Ondo State, Rotimi Akeredolu, on Tuesday stated that the All Progressive Congress must take a definite position on zoning. There have been calls for the ruling party to state its position on zoning ahead of the 2023 presidential election. According to Akeredolu, it is the turn of the southern part of the country to produce the next president of the country. He said the party leadership should not find it difficult in making pronouncements on the issue of zoning. So we can read Akeredolu some more. Let's see. Do we want to read Akeredolu some more? Let's see. Because it links on into another. Let's see. If it's too heavy going, we might just, because we've not heard from Akeredolu for a while for reasons of being incapacitated by illness somewhat. I think he just came back from London, didn't he? So let's just read Akeredolu's words, and then we'll come back, and then we'll come into the room. So this is now a headline that is now a new headline. 2023 APC must 2023 APC must decide on zoning. Akeredolu, the governor of Ondo State, Akeredolu, on a definite position to state its position on zoning ahead of the 2023 presidential election. According to Akeredolu, it is the turn of the southern part of the country to produce the next president of the country. He said the party leadership should not find it difficult in making pronouncements on the issue of zoning. The chairman of Southwest Governors Forum, in a statement on Tuesday, warned the party not to allow the issue of zoning to throw it into another round of crisis. The statement reads, "Our party, the All Progressive Congress, has started the process which will eventually culminate in the presentation of elected political leaders who must steer the affairs of this country for another term. We have been able to hold the party's convention successfully. New officers of the party have emerged in a process that was widely acknowledged as rancor-free. The level of understanding and maturity displayed by all and sundry has been commendable. Non-adversaries have been forced to accept the emerging fact that our party is formidable and ready for the next general elections. The current socio-economic crises are surmountable. It is commendable that the government is addressing these issues without drama. The federal government and leadership of our great party will come out stronger. We cannot, therefore, afford any internal bickering which holds the potential promise of causing distrust and militating against cohesion, harmony, and the zeal to achieve set objectives. The current democratic dispensation is anchored on the unwritten convention driven by a principle of equity. Political expediency dictates more appealingly that whilst adhering to the spirit and letters of the law guiding the conduct of elections and successions to political offices, we must do nothing capable of tilting the delicate balance against the established arrangements which guarantees peace and promotes trust. Our party just elected officers on the established principle of giving every part of the country an important stake in the political calculus. The focus now shifts to the process which will culminate in the participation of our party in the general election scheduled for next year. All lovers of peace and freedom must do everything to eschew tendencies uh, which may predispose them to make decisions which promotes distrust and leads to crises, the end of which nobody may be able to predict. The leadership of the party ensured that the principle of rotational representation guided its decision at the just concluded convention. The party chairman position has gone to the north. All other offices have been filled on this understanding. This is the time the leaders of the party must make a categorical statement devoid of equivocation on the pattern of succession. It is the turn of the southern part of the country to produce the next president. The party leadership should have no difficulty in making pronouncements on this very important issue, just as it fixed various fees for the purchase of forms. This must be done without delay. So that is Akeredolu then announcing his re-emergence into the political space. So Ajane Koko, we see you. Thomas, we see you. Charlie Boy, we see you. So good to have you all, gentlemen. Let's go first then to Ajale Koko, see if he's ready. Ajale Koko, are you there?
I'm here, one man. How are you?
I'm good. Good to have you, Ajale Koko. So to it then, let's start you from where we started off. All this, and we've done it endlessly here as well, just discussing and permutating Goodluck Jonathan's entry into the political space via the APC, the treachery and all of that. But apparently, Buhari is not even in support of this. And if Buhari is not in support of it, it is dead in the water. Presidential sources, Ajane Koko.
What did the presidential sources said?
The presidential sources said that Buhari is not at all in support of Goodluck Jonathan joining the APC and by extension joining the presidential race. That Buhari has a lot of respect for Goodluck Jonathan for the way that he handed over power and the way that he has not been criticizing his administration. But Buhari felt that Goodluck Jonathan, and still feels that Goodluck Jonathan ran the country very badly, and he criticized him heavily. So he cannot then hand over to Goodluck Jonathan to reverse what Buhari considers to be his gain. So what the presidential source essentially hinting is that Buhari is still of the view of Goodluck Jonathan that he held at 2014, that Goodluck Jonathan is not fit for purpose. He respects the way he handed over power, but he does not trust him to be president. So essentially, that is what the presidential source is saying. Hello?
One man, you see, these presidential sources, can we really trust whatever comes out from them? Can we really trust any statement they issued out or any position that they come out with? Can we really trust them? We cannot trust them because they lie a lot. They lied to us several times in the past. So this time around, they might be lying as well. It could be because of a strong opposition against their intention to bring Jonathan back is why they are retracting, and that's why they are making this statement now. But one thing that that is very factual is that some power that be within APC have assured, have approached President Jonathan to come back, to come into APC and for presidential ticket. So maybe the strong opposition against that within the party from other intergroup within the country, it look like it's not going to work for them, particularly the law that that is in place that regards Jonathan has fully completed his terms in office, 2 terms in office. So a lot of factors might be in play here that is working against them, and that's why they are issuing out this statement. So, but you know, we have said it here. Jonathan going back there or coming out for to aspire again for the position of president under the opposition party is going to be a very treacherous move against his political root, his political base, is the party that gave him everything that he becomes today politically. You know, all that he represents today as a former president in Nigeria that is recognized around the world. So it's going to,
there might be some veracity to the idea that even though the party might not, even though the party, and we're saying the party, power brokers within the party, even though they might want Goodluck Jonathan, because the Goodluck Jonathan narrative, it permutates in favor of the North, he having only 1 term. But that might not necessarily be that Buhari is on board with that as well. That might not necessarily be that it is Buhari that is orchestrating that. Because, of course, the Goodluck Jonathan narrative is essentially who succeeds him. You know, so who succeeds him is just the term of tenure that the Constitution, that's the only attraction that Goodluck Jonathan has to the APC space. And that attraction is a northern attraction. So that will be a post-Buhari attraction. So it's just the 4 years that he has that they're after, so that they can then kick him out after 4 years. They will bully him as they did in his 6 years. They'll bully him again for another 4 years and kick him out and then replace him with it'll be a fight between El Rufai or Abubakar Malami. So this really, and so it is the people within that future power play that are pushing Goodluck Jonathan. But Buhari, there's somewhat a sense of surrender that he feels that he has done his bit. He has secured what he wants to secure, his name in the annals of the country. He has instituted as much as he can his Fulani agenda, and he just wants to go home now and put his feet up. That's the sense I get of the guy. I'm not sure if I'm misreading him.
You are right, but we have to. Why we cannot trust anything that comes out from this presidential spokesperson, but at the same time, we have to give them the credit, at least for coming out to say that they are not part of the move. They are not interested in Jonathan. They are not, proposing to Jonathan. They are not making any effort to bring Jonathan back. So these permutations that Jonathan is coming back, or that road is closed. So, but Jonathan himself, in the recently, like I think it was last week, when people came to him, he didn't even help himself. He did not state categorically that I am not interested. I thank you all for calling on me to come back. I think I've had my time. I at the moment running my own private business, and I'm still available for any president that comes in. If they have any assignment for me, I will do it in the interest of our good country. And that's it. Jonathan did not help himself. He allowed this, how do I describe it? He allows this political permutation, this rumor to start to keep flying around. So Jonathan is a problem as well. He didn't help himself. So, but the presidency position now on Jonathan is good, that they have told us that no, they are not pro-Jonathan, they don't want to do it, and it is good. So even people in the party, like Tinubu and all the rest that are, showing interest, people that have been spending money, now they will have peace of mind. They won't have any grudges whatsoever, or fear that, oh, Buhari is trying to bring Jonathan back in order to, to shut down their interests and all contribution they have done for the party, for the development of the party. So it is a good position that they came out and let everybody know.
The nomination, the sales of the nomination and expression of interest forms, they close on Friday. So TikTok, 3 days more, and we're not expecting them to extend it. And I don't think the people that bought the forms would allow them to extend it. So whoever has not bought the forms by Friday, then they are not in play. So the next 3 days are going to be very, because we're still expecting some joker. We're still expecting something to come to jar everything. So whatever it is that they are planning, we have to have a better understanding of it within the next 3 days.
Yes.
So that senior northern guy, the person that has expressed interest so far is Ahmed Lawan. And I don't think he's strong enough, the Senate president, and he's not even bought the form yet. But by Friday, when they close, then we know who is in play or not. So interesting times. Good luck, Jonathan, though. I think he's blotted his copybook somewhat, even allowing this story to fester. So, is he enjoying the attention? It's
just a dishonorable man. Is not just how do I describe it? It's not how do I describe Jonathan, man? It's just
it's gone down in my estimation somewhat for even to let. They went to Fashola. They said, "Look, we've not heard you yet." He said, "Look, I'm going for presidency, but that presidency is in my home, and I already have that situation. My family is waiting, so just move away from my front door and go and meet the rest of them. I'm not interested." And he shut them down. And who has spoken about Fashola since?
Yeah, we have spoken about him because he came out that, okay, no, I'm not, no, just rule me out. I'm not interested. And everybody closed that door. But Jonathan is showing as if
I'm still consulting. Watch this space.
Let's keep watching. I am
speaking to my people.
What nonsense is that? What nonsense is that? It's a man with no integrity. I mean, I
rate him highly, but this one, I take some points away from him for this one. Even though I rate him highly.
It's just anything goes. You just looking. I mean, you have been the president. You are an elderly statesman. What else do you need? It's just.
They'll say Nigerian politicians are desperate for power. This is what they mean right here. This is desperation for power. This is desperation right here. But Buhari distances himself from Goodluck Jonathan. But
I like that. That I mean, people in their party now know, particularly those that things are not clear to, now know that okay, presidency is not behind him, and they can now continue their campaign and without fear or anything, because president, whoever that president support will surely get the ticket within the party, and But I believe that they have done their calculation well. They're not bringing Jonathan back. Will not work good for them. The party will tear into pieces, and they don't want that to happen, and that's why they track their step, and they're now making a strong statement that, oh no, we are not with Jonathan, we are not for him. But let's keep waiting for the next 3 days, see what's going to happen. But Bob Murphy, what of Bob Murphy? We are still waiting for Bob Murphy.
I saw a headline from him at the last minute, but I didn't even check it out. Maybe I'll check it out later. Bob Murphy, this is where people make the most money.
Yeah,
they will just jolly him along that Bob Murphy. You don't know how popular you are. They say they want to give it to the Igbo people. Who is more popular? You are the
but Bob Murphy, do you know Bob Murphy is not from the East, too?
Where is he from?
He's from Delta State.
I thought he was an Imo man.
Yeah, yes, it's those people, the Igbo extraction from Delta. He's not really from the East. But Bob Murphy is not from the East. So these are the dubious scam they are trying to play on Igbo people. And some Igbo people are falling, they are trying to fall in line with them. Amechi and all the rest of them.
Okay,
Bob Murphy is not from the East.
It's from
He's from Delta. But Bob Murphy is not from the East. So Igbo people that are championing any Igbo name, they are just showing desperation, and they are just ignorant of themselves. They don't even know themselves.
What are you making of what this Wale Adegoke said? Because I read it about twice, because I can see what he's saying. It's in play too. So they were asking, this is some person. Let me just bring you what he said. It says, let me give you this paragraph because it struck me when this guy said this. An associate of the presidential aspirant, while speaking to correspondents, claimed that the former vice president said he would like to retain Obi as so not that space. Let me take it from here. Okay, yes. A public affairs analyst, Wale Adegoke, while speaking on the chances of the Southeast winning the ticket, said the region needs to work very hard so they don't lose out in 2023. Adegoke said, the Igbos have to work very hard. If not, they will miss out on both the presidency and the vice presidency. Hence, you see the South-South politicians now emphasizing their Igbo or Igbo-related names, Amechi, Ifeanyichukwu, etc., all in a bid to create a shade of Igbo-ness in them to assuage the agitations in Igbo land. Unfortunately, some Igbos from the Southeast are even falling for that scam. So that's just what we were saying about Murphy now. Suddenly he's an Igbo man from the Delta. Suddenly Wike is an Igbo man from the from Cross River. And suddenly Rotimi Amechi is an Igbo man. If they want Igbo presidency, maybe my name sounds a little bit Igbo now. And nowadays they have already fallen for it.
I from Yoruba land, I can stand Emeka now. And Igbo people will support me that, he's an Igbo man, let him be president. And then tomorrow they want to come back again that, it's an Igbo from the South, it's the South that had it. Igbo have not had it. So Igbo people should concentrate on the East. That is their location. Any Igbo outside the East is not representing the interests of the East. That should be clear. That should be made clear to everybody, and their political leaders, particularly the Ohanese, should state it clear. Even the Ohanese, recently they were talking some sort of nonsense too, asking that all Igbo should come together. It doesn't matter where the Igbo come from. They are kind of supporting the idea of picking any Igbo, even if it's not from the East, if it's from the South, or from the
What really shocked me, Ajale Koko, I think you were here when we tweeted it.
Yes.
When they came out and said they endorsed Amechi and Wike, but they left out Peter. Remember, we were making a lot of scratching heads about why they did not mention Peter Obi. That they said, look, these people,
they are confused people.
That they are egos and we must support them. Let's not have any equivocation. These are the two names that has the best chance, Amechi and Wike, both of which have traditionally distanced themselves from Igbo land.
They are not from Igbo land. They are not from Igbo land. Igbo land is east. Igbo land is east. They should concentrate on their people from the east. But not those Igbo from south or from all those filtered, those one leg in and one leg out.
Diet Coke Igbo.
Yes. So it's just unfortunate that they don't really get their position well, and they are just too desperate for power, and they want to run. They want their desperation. They want to run themselves into another problem because they are too desperate to grab number one. They should push a candidate from the east.
But technically, those people are evil. Technically, because
they are Igbos. So yes, I agree with you. There you are. Technically, they are Igbos. So there it is.
Sorry, you see, let me put it this way. Obviously, I think the Igbos are not looking at it exactly that way. But when it comes to what's the name, Wike and Amechi, definitely we are not all in tune with those people, with the two of them. But I think their Igbo whatever was never in question for most, for the general Igbo concept. You understand? It's just like what is happening. Like
are they Igbo or are they not? Well, you are confusing us. Even are they Igbo? Tell us first, and then are they Igbo or are they are Igbo?
Igbo? It's only the individuals. I'm talking about that. That credibility is not there as much, towards the Igbo people. It's just like what's the name? Bukola Saraki. Will you say he's not a Yoruba man because he's?
I know. I would say he's not a Yoruba man because he's not Yoruba by birth. If we go paternally, which is how we go in Africa, then he's from Mali. But
Oh, okay. I never even knew that. I thought his father they are all from Kwara.
No, his grandfather migrated from Mali.
He's not Yoruba man now. So why are you people supporting him as if he's a Yoruba man?
No, his mother is a princess from Owo.
Who are the people supporting him? You can bear any name. It's Rotimi Amechi. What of Rotimi Amechi? Is it not? Is name not Rotimi?
Yeah. So, but my point is that
Rotimi Amechi from Oyo Central, Oyo laughing.
But CBD, isn't Wike actually? If you look at some of the massacre they have in River State, is similar to the massacre they have in Anambra and Imo. Similar. So they are
Igbo people. Nobody is actually arguing that. At least certainly not me. And I don't think in CBD is as well.
Yeah, so, but they are playing politics with that identity. Yeah. You see,
in CBD, Igbo from the east. Igbo from the east should not support them. They are not from the east. It is the time for the east, and the Easterners should focus on themselves. Those Igbo you have outside the east, they cannot represent the political interests of the Easterner. Forget whether they are Igbo or not. They are from another geopolitical zone. So they cannot represent the political interest of the Igbo.
Hold on in CBD. Let's hear from Vin. Vin, yeah, you wanted to say.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, one man, and good afternoon to everybody and those that are watching us. It's been a while now. One man, what you just said concerning this and what Ajale Koko said. See, this narrative, that has been told, for quite some time. If you look at the old Eastern region, they were all together. And when you look at whatever they do to Igbo people, is what they do to these people until they carved them out of South Eastern region and created this South that I don't even know where it is located in the four cardinal points. You see, the South, that is the narrative they created in order to weaken that region in particular. And those of them now that are in those, that happens to find themselves in those areas that are of Igbo, or if you look, they speak Igbo, even in Delta, they speak Igbo. If you say that those in those Delta states are not Igbo, why then did they call Igbo people pay the price of 1966 coup? You see, when these things happen, they divide them, they create confusion among them just to belittle them and make them smaller. That is what is happening. Now, as the case may be in this this election has been one of the ones that they are using again now to divide them the more. They have divided them the more. They have thrown enmity and hatred between the South within this South right now, because we check this thing here. All of us agree that if Nigeria is a place where equity, justice, and fairness, hold its way, there is no way any Yoruba man will come out to contest, and there is no way any South man will come out to contest.
You can't say that now.
I know you will kick against it. I know you will kick against it.
It doesn't stand. It doesn't stand to
that's
logic
okay.
now.
That's okay.
No.
Let me focus on what I am saying. Let me focus on what I'm saying.
No. Hold on. Back it up. Back what you said up.
The zoning issue. If you listen to Pa Adebanjo, I've listened to Pa Adebanjo and Pa Clark. If you listen to these people and you see those of us that are making all this permutation and argument now, zoning or no zoning, go and listen to people that were born, that were adult, that participated in the conference of 1958. Go and listen to them. Pa Adebanjo is alive and he can tell you categorically what happened and what he did in those places just to bring Nigeria one and the zoning system and federal character. But today, because of power intoxication, I want it, because of the resources that is concentrated at the center, that is where everybody is going there, because he who holds the political power at that top there controls everything in that country. You can kill and kill and kill. Nobody will. He has the most powerful. That is the most powerful man on earth. So this is what the imbalance and the injustice that is going on. That is why Nigeria is where it is still today. And until all these things are corrected, Nigeria will never make any headway. That's
not a strong enough of an argument. You see, Pa Adebanjo is a respected Yoruba voice. When he speaks, a lot of us that pride ourselves to be somewhat of thinkers, we pay attention. He's a respected and a venerated Yoruba voice, but he is just one voice. It's not the Yoruba voice. And he's just speaking to, you would expect people at that level to speak in that tonality, because that is the expectation, that is their seniority, that is their longevity. He was there.
The man was stating fact. He said, I was there. He was
stating his own subjective.
His opinion, or when he speaks, people listen. He made statements that he made that I am still alive at my age.
Yeah.
At my age, I cannot embellish things anymore. This is how it was before it was, tilted in different ways and confusion is thrown into the system.
What exactly did he say? What did he say? What did he say? What did you hear him say?
He spoke about the conference of 1958 they held in London.
Right.
And what brought the constitution and the delay that brought about is they wanted to have independence in 1958, but they didn't because of a particular group that was not ready then, and that delayed it to 1960. And they were still bargaining and making sure that they carry everybody along. Supposing they did what we are doing today in Nigeria, do you think that those people in 1958 that said they were not ready will be carried along?
This is the
injustice that is happening, and that is where that is the reason why Nigeria is where it is. And if anybody will go
I don't
by
understand
this
what you are
system,
saying. What are you saying? Hold on,
yeah, I'm getting
please.
confused.
Yeah, I am confused as you, Charles. So what exactly are you saying?
what I'm saying is this. If you will allow me to just, I don't want to waste most of your time, though.
Yeah, go on.
If
Just
you,
stay, yeah.
what I would like to say is this: the presidency that is causing this serious problem in Nigeria was not how it was. And when you listen to people like Pa Adebanjo and Edwin Clark, you see, there were systems that were put in place that were working for them until something happened. And now
What was
it
that
has been
system?
further
What was that
destroyed the
system?
system.
So hold
It has
on.
been
What
further
was?
destroyed.
Hold on,
Listen,
Vin.
listen, listen. Let me.
No, hold
Let,
on. You made a point. What was that system that was in place?
the system of carrying everybody along, as at 1958, when they had a conference in London, based on what I heard from that elderly statesman. Okay, that is my point. I'm bringing in here. That was the what kept them going until
You
the
are
coup of
referring to the
1960.
regional system we had in the
Of
First
course, that is
Republic.
what I was
Yeah,
referring to. And
yeah.
everybody was carried along. People that were not ready that time were even given some time for them to come up. But today, the system has been balkanized. Everybody now is fighting for his tribe or not his tribe. People are clamoring for presidency. Why are
Ogavin,
other people?
Ogavin,
Yes,
Oh, hold on now.
yes.
1952. Oh, sorry, Mr. Wama, hold on.
Yeah.
1952, Abazonia was Igbo.
Oh no. Let's not open that space. I don't
Oh
want
no,
to.
I don't want to go there. That will
I
take
don't
us
want to
too
stay
long.
heavily in that space.
That,
But
that will take us too long.
what you are saying, I'm not quite sure how that lands then on an Igbo presidency. What 1952?
You see, what the carrying along of people right now feel that
Yes.
let everybody feel that they belong to that entity called Nigeria presently. That is what we are talking about.
All right.
Just like it was done in 1958 conference, that everybody must be carried along. Today, my point is, why can't you people again carry people along and make everybody feel that they belong in that one Nigeria? That is my point.
Because they don't want to do that. Nigeria don't want to do that.
All right. Thank you. So
Because
let's
this
get.
man said something. This man said something that day that really struck me. Me that is sitting down in Ghana here. He said people refuse to tell the truth. You people know the Nigerian people know the truth, and you refuse to tell the truth, and that is why Nigeria is where it is. And that really struck me as a Ghanaian.
All right. All right. So there it is. So Adale Koko, we're talking about people being taken along. So let me take you along then off the back of what Vin just said. Let me take you along and take you to this space then to this headline. Atiku to retain Peter Obi as vice president. So surely that should satiate then this Igbo clamoring for wanting relevance within the Nigerian space. So it looks as though let's do it again. Let's do that dance again. Is what Atiku is saying to Peter Obi. So the Atiku camp has now said, because a lot of people were permutating that he might well go for Wike, but it looks as though Peter Obi has shown sufficient enough political presence for Atiku to then decide that he will keep him still as his vice nominee. So Atiku indicating then that Peter Obi will continue to be his vice president. What are you making of that? First, to Wike's to Peter Obi's presidential ambition, which we all know that is just really is just really to fulfill righteousness, not any real thrust. But is this still the right choice to be Atiku's vice? Is the question.
God forbid.
Ajale Koko. Yeah.
We don't want him.
One man. Is that statement from Atiku himself, or where did that statement emanated from?
Well, as ever, you never really hear these people come in front of the camera to speak. They speak via sources. So
Okay.
sources from his camp are saying this is their permutation, their intention to retain Peter Obi and still that number 2 seat.
They should carry their retention and go somewhere else, one man. These people are trying to play games. They want to put it out there. You know, it's called, they're trying to put that name out there so that people can start mentally accepting Peter Obi as vice president, and we are not going to buy that. We want him as president or nothing, not with useless vice president. They are playing
Or
games.
nothing, president or nothing.
Yes, president or not vice. He cannot be vice president. For what? To who?
President
So
or
you people
leave
want to take it
Nigeria.
to
That's a choice.
Atiku is not as
As a
strong
vice
as he was.
president, will he not build his profile the same way Oshibanjo built his profile under Buhari?
Atiku is not people's choice right now. It's not
All right.
people's choice right now.
One man, I
That's
thought you asked Adeliko the question.
Yeah, no, so to Ajale Koko, yes. You know, CBD that when he hears Igbo, he just, yeah. But Ajale Koko to you, yeah.
CBD, the man. Well, let me tell you this. Peter Obi, from the beginning, have signaled that he's ready to work with Atiku. He attended Atiku declaration. He attended the venue where Atiku declared his intention to run again. Peter Obi was present at that venue, and he made a statement. He said, Atiku is my boss, and he is not running for president as a do or die affair. That is what Peter Obi said. He said that is why he attended that. He said he's his boss, he invited him, and he came. And Peter Obi has already signaled to that group from day one that I am your reliable partner. Let us work together as a team, even though we are all, both of us are pursuing this thing at different level now, on different, we are pursuing it individually now. But when it comes to the time for us, when a candidate emerges, if it's on your side, if you emerges as the nominee of the party, see me as your partner from the East. That is what our brother Obi
Are they
from the beginning.
mistaken? Are they mistaken, Ajanle Koko, to still look to retain Peter Obi? Because I think it's a busted flush. They've tried him and failed with him, and Wike now the front horse in that eastern cusp. Would it not be better off taking Wike, who is more of a fighter, has more of a war chest in terms of money, and has more national reach than Peter Obi? Should they jettison Peter Obi as Atiku's running mate and take Wike instead? Would you do that if we were Atiku?
They are not mistaken.
Woman. The national reach that you're saying that Wiki has more than Peter Obi, that's not. I think if you're online and see what is going on, the national reach is not the people. Are you talking of political base?
I'm talking about name recognition. Name recognition.
Among the politicians or among the people?
Among the Nigerian mass.
Among the Nigerian mass right now, I can tell you, and it's maybe arguably, but Peter Obi has more reach than Wike right now. You need to just go online, even if it's just like something that has been posted maybe by one of these Instagram news outlets, and you probably check the comments and see how people are talking. That's how you know who has reach. And you don't just look at their name if they're Igbos. You look at their people from all parts of Nigeria, Yorubas and Northerners everywhere. They align themselves for with Peter Obi than Wike. Wike is maybe reaching out to these politicians in different quarters.
You see, the people Nigeria knows that it is not the turn. It's not the turn of South House to field any presidential candidate. People know And that is what we should be preaching. Because if you continue to tweet it, Amechi, because it has name, it has caliber, it has Wike, it has it, it has it. What base, what political base has he? Okay, when you talk of the political bloc, one of the political blocs in Nigeria, is it not the Igbo population at all? If at all they will be out, come out to vote. What political bloc has Wike? Or want to partner with other people to make up his own? You see, these are some of the things you are looking out. And when they say people, look, when I listen to Obi, I feel sorry for Nigeria if that man did not give a chance. As at the way the country is now. If people will say, oh, he doesn't know anything, he has never worked for it, and he doesn't do this. Must you work for it before it is, you are given to it based on what is happening right now? If they don't give it, if Nigeria is a place where, as I said, and other people has emphasized on equity, justice and fairness operates, I think people like Wike or Amechi will not
sorry,
even come
we have to abandon this tonality of equity and balance, and Atiku is in play when it's the southern space. So that tells you that
even Atiku does not even supposed to appear.
Yeah, but it's there now. Let's talk about the political realities now. We are talking about fair play.
I'm for merit capacity and passion. All those equity, to be honest, is good and is something to be considered, because that's how Nigeria has been running in the past. But as it is right now, even if you're going by capacity, merit, and credibility, you will go with someone like Peter Obi above any other of these people, to be honest.
Exactly.
All right, but
Nigerians acting like a example. Black people in America is a good example. I'm saying black people are treated badly. Nigeria acting like what black people are treated in America.
Nigerians are acting like black people. All right. Okay. So back to Ajale Koko. Stop acting like a black man.
Hey, Charles, me and you will be black man in America. What did they talk? So with the act, Nigeria, they act like us. Nigerians are acting like us. Charles. Okay, but one man. People that are signaling or saying that, Peter Obi, people from Atiku side are saying that, we are going to pick Peter Obi again as our vice. I think they are not mistaken. They are just their position is, I think, is the best, because right now, what Nigeria need, the leadership that Nigeria need now are those that have brain, those that can solve problem, and not a fighter. You describe Wike as a fighter. No, you don't. A fighter cannot. What is the fight? What is the fight going to achieve in solving Nigerian problem? No, you need somebody with brain.
Who would you take with you on an electioneering campaign? Wike or Wike or Obi, in terms of being able to hold a crowd, instead of being able to face an opponent, in terms of being able to argue back, in terms of being able to present, who would you take with you as your wingman, Wike or Obi?
I will go for Obi every time, anytime, any day.
You don't find him too meek and too intellectual for the Nigerian campaign style?
Well, he's like I said earlier, is a man with brain. We need
Ajabota politics, Abi.
It's not a match Ajabota politics. We need a person that can solve problem, can start solving the problem from day one. A person that is well prepared, a person that have the plan that he want to execute. not a basket mouth politician. No, it is not politician that can solve Nigerian problem, but somebody that is not, that doesn't want to play politics, but person that want to do the right thing.
But what about
So
his speech impediment? This is what Alexandra Gomez is drawing your attention to as well. What about his speech impediment?
That problem. Look, God created him. God gave him his own unique voice, and it is not the voice, the way his voice sound, that is going to solve the problem, but his competence and his capacity. And this man demonstrated it when he was governor of the state. He demonstrated it when he was a banker. This is a man that is an asset for that country. He can do wonder for that country if he's given the chance for that most exalted position. But unfortunately, he cannot get it in that party. I know that for sure. Atiku Abubakar is the man to beat in PDP. Others know that as well. That is why you see somebody like Saraki and Tambua, all those ones that they're already falling apart now, that they are doing consensus. They are trying to build that consensus from the north against Atiku Abubakar. But you see, yes.
Sorry, let me ask you, maybe as you're talking, you can also answer it. If Atiku becomes the president of Nigeria, what do you think will happen in terms of security, agitations, and the economy? What do you think will happen?
Let me tell you this.
Being a northern.
You see, Nigerian people are not difficult people. It is the step that Atiku take from day one that is signal to Nigerian people whether it's really ready to solve the problem or not. If Atiku comes in as the president from day one and he start doing the right thing, people will accept him. He start doing the right thing by bringing people together, by calling on all the leader of this agitation and all the interest group in Nigeria, invite them to Aso Rock and said, look, what is the way forward? What do you think we can do? And everybody comes together and they start implementing what he feel can work for the generality of Nigeria and not for Fulani alone or the northern interest. Nigerian people will accept him. Nigerian people are not difficult people. It is the leaders. Do you see? Look, Buhari leadership brought us to what we are in Nigeria. This sharp division we have seen that we've never seen in the history of Nigeria. It is Buhari leadership. So when we have another leadership that brings people together, Nnamdi Kanu, he release him, he invite him to this negotiation table. He brings Dr. Baba Kitoyo, Baba, all the leaders. And he said, look, this is our country, we have no other country. And he start taking steps on insecurity, and you see army bombing, destroying the tent and the bases of all these terrorists. Nigerians don't care. But because we have bad leadership that just for their own political interest and their pocket, that is why you see Nigeria dividing, and we find ourselves in where we are today. But when we see a leader that can do the right thing, Nigeria will fall in line. Nigeria are not difficult people. And it start to
Ajali Koko, let me
yes.
Ajali Koko, let me add this question, then you address it along with what you are saying. It's very, very obvious, my brother. You see, sir, Liz, if Atiku, just like CVD said, Atiku becomes the president of Nigeria right now, those pardoned pardoned terrorists, Boko Haram, that's supposed to go through the test of law that has been pardoned. What do you think that will happen to them, Ajale Koko? As long as you, let's say you are preaching now, bringing out people, calling people for negotiating table and begin to talk. What do you think that will happen to those pardoned terrorists?
No, that's a policy. That's a policy matter, though. But Ajale Koko, where you were, that the moves that an Atiku presidency will take just from immediately as they start off will signal to how the Nigerians will accept them or not. And you were saying that if it starts to bomb where the terrorists are, etc., which is something that has to be done. But if that was a Peter Obi presidency, do you think Peter Obi can order the bombing, the mass bombing that we would need in the north? Do you think he has it in him to order bombings in the north? Can he play that politics? Does he have it?
If he is a courageous person that really want to act in the interest of the country, it should be able to start it from day one to
Peter
signal
Obi.
that, look, yes, it should be able to start and what?
Yeah, but you understand what I'm saying, though? If Peter Obi
I
starts to order mass bombing in Borno, in Kaduna, they will quickly spin it to an ethnic and a religious thing. But does he have the bravity? Does he have the cojones?
That we don't know.
But Atiku has it, and Tinubu has it. But does Peter Obi have it? Does Oshibanjo have it?
Does it have to be mass bombing, woman?
Well, it has to be. What else do we even El Rufai told us that we have to go and mass bomb them.
One, I think the question you should ask: if we start bombing them in mass, will the northern people accept it?
They will not accept it. But what I'm saying is, can Peter Obi hold nerve? Because Tinubu will hold nerve, Atiku would hold nerve, Oshibanjo might not be able to hold nerve, and I'm not sure that Peter Obi will be able to hold the nerves that he needs to hold to go after this insurgency and end it. So
why do you say? Hold on,
do you know that the least you expected will perform more than those people you have so much expectation?
Forget all that. That's
I'm telling you, it has happened. We had high expectation on Buhari. We had high expectation on Buhari. Then what are we there? Where is Nigeria?
No. With all the
people.
You've not tested the man. And you say he has not.
But it's a public figure, and we have somewhat a feel of his texture.
Within the powers he has, that is where he has. That's what he did.
Can you hold on? It's a public figure. Is a public figure, and we have a feel somewhat of his texture. We don't know him in total, but we know him sufficiently to speculate to what he can or cannot do. And I don't see in him the capacity to frontally take on insurgency because for fear of the North, because he'll be too afraid of the North to take the necessary steps, is what I'm saying. Ajele Koko, do you concur with that? Yeah.
Look, I don't know how you come to the conclusion that who we hold now and we
because it's somewhat meek and feeble. It's meek and feeble somewhat.
Look, let me tell you this. When Peter Obi governed Anambra State, the politician waged war against Peter Obi from day one because he was pursuing a program, pro-people program, that politician does not like. They waged war against him. He stood his ground, and that was how he governed. So that tells me that he is a man that can stand his ground in.
No, but that's a mono-ethnic space now. That's a mono-ethnic space. Yeah.
Okay. Whether you call it mono-ethnic space, you have to look at someone antecedent for you to judge what he can do in the future. So what has Tinubu done? that make you come with that conclusion that he can do it, he can bomb them, he can take the right? Or what has he done?
No,
The Agboro now, the Agboro he brought against Lekki Toge, that is
What
what
has
he
he
has
done?
done.
No, forget all that. What I'm saying, I mean, is essentially just the public perception of their individual personalities. The public perception of the personality, or my perception, let me not even, my perception of their personalities, I see somebody like Atiku and Tinubu as frontal personalities who have the brevity and the balls to make big decisions. I see somebody like Obi and Oshibanjo, or somebody of people of extreme intellect who will make intellectual decisions which are suited to climates that are suited to intellectual decisions. But Nigeria is not an intellectual decision space. It needs a brevity to push through to allow the intellect to come through. And I don't think they are somebody like Obi or Shibanjo. I don't see in them the balls to make big decisions. No cojones. They don't have the cojones.
Well, I cannot speak.
No balls. So it's just, it's not just turn by turn now. It's still, we're talking about, it's a big boy job now. It's not.
Anyway, the presidency is different from one state.
Wasn't Tinubu brought Buhari in?
One man.
Hold on, Charles. Hold on, Charles. Just hold on. Hold on. Yeah, go on. Yeah, so sorry, let's hear from World Peace who wanted to come in. Yeah, World Peace you wanted to say.
Yeah, presidency is different from state governor. Cleaning Anambra state up is easy, same people. But when you become a president, you are presiding over 300 tribes. And how can you start bombing the North and the North will not target to tribal division? That would so lazy with it. Same thing happened to Jonathan when the Minister of Defense then was Chief of Army Staff was an able man, was winning against the Boko Haram. Buhari came out and said, war against Boko Haram is a war against the North. Because what Buhari is doing today was trying to force on just at that time. That's why Jonathan have to remove that Army Chief of Staff, because the North were crying that they are killing the North. Now, so imagine Obi is there now doing those things. Do you think he can hold it?
Okay, let me tell you what peace. Let me tell you what.
And that is exactly my question. So you understand what I'm saying, and it's a reality.
No,
it's a reality as well.
It's not reality. It's not reality. You guys are wrong. You guys are wrong, because bombing terrorists is not bombing the North. Okay.
That is the only when the North agree they are terrorists. When the North start saying these people are our people, they're not terrorists. What will you not do?
Oh, hold on. What you need to do, you need to sack all the chief of staff, all the head of the military, and bring in his own new men that will start the job immediately. All Nigerian, look, politicians, can you just, hello?
Sorry.
Look, hold on. Okay, so all he need to do is to stand his ground, do the job, and bring peace to that place. Politicians will want to bring confusion from day one. They did it for Obasanjo from day one as well. Obasanjo stood his ground.
How is it going to stand his ground?
They did it from day one against Obasanjo. When Obasanjo...
Yeah, but Obasanjo, Peter Obi, Yemi Oshibanjo. So I'm adding Yemi Oshibanjo because I see them at the same level. So people don't think it's an ethnic thing. It's a personality thing. Peter Obi, Yemi Oshibanjo, they are not the personality that Obasanjo is, or Tinubu, or Atiku. They are not frontal people. They are not frontal. They are intellectuals. That's all they are.
I have told you that this guy did this in Anambra State against politicians. Politicians are politicians, whether local or at national. They are the same people. They act the same way. They acted, in the same way against him right from day one. They didn't want his government to succeed, but he stood his ground, and he rooted them out of the way, and perform what he feel that is good for the generality of people of Anambra State. The same thing, he can do it for Nigerian people. Bombing
I have a
terrorists is
question for
not
Ajani
bombing
Koko.
the northerners.
I have a question for Ajani Koko.
Yes.
Sorry. It's a short question because you know it's a
Very short,
sir.
sir.
All right. Before you come in with the question, let me use the window. Good to see you, Tony. Let me use the window to acknowledge Alexander Gomez, super chat, which is super chat to the ongoing conversation. It says the next president, in fairness, has to be from the southeastern region. Being of Igbo extraction, i.e. Delta and Rivers, is not good enough. Ajale Koko is right. So Diet Coke Igbo is not what they want. They want full-fat Igbo, you know. But it looks as though Diet Coke Igbo is what Ohaneze wants. So thank you for the super chat, Alexander.
Oh man, why are you calling them Diet Coke Igbo now?
When they are Igbo light now, they are not Igbo full.
Oh, it's just
one leg in, one leg out.
One leg out. So that's Diet Coke now.
You can say he's from Delta State and from South, and from Southeast. What kind of
that is the division?
politics is that?
Ajali Koko, that is the division that they have brought into the confusion, the mess that they have brought into this space, that particular space. You are here, one leg is here, one leg is here, but the real Igbo man is in one side. Then the other one leg is here, one leg is here.
And you should go and contest on the basis of South. If it, because his region is South. Those Emefiele or Wike and they could go and contest on the basis of South, not Southeast.
Can I ask now,
Igbo people cannot denounce them. They are Igbo, but they, on geographical political scheme of things, they cannot contest on the basis of Southeast. No, they are not qualified to have Southeast position. They can't. As we have Yoruba in Kwara, cannot have a position that is slotted for Southwest. It cannot have it. Though he's a Yoruba man, but he can't have what belongs to Southwest. He's a Yoruba man from North Central. He cannot have what belongs to us in Southwest. That is the way it is.
All right. Let's take Tony's question. You address it to Ajani Koko, and then I'll go on to World Peace for reasons of time. So, Tony, your question.
Okay, can you hear me now? Because my tone is a little bit crazy. Can you hear me, sir?
We can hear you perfectly. To the question.
Okay, very nice. So, then before the question, the Southeast, the Delta Igbos and the Edo Yorubas and the Kwara Yorubas cannot participate. They cannot take the Southwest slot and the Southeast slot respectively. So these people cannot be. If you're unable to trace your grandparents, your grand ancestors' parents to the eastern part of Nigeria, and then you happen to be an Igbo person in a Edo zone or Yoruba zone as Kwara, then forget about it. So that is it, sir. So that's like land grabbing every time that they say that they are claiming to be. So if these Delta Igbos are able to trace their forefathers' village and their forefathers' houses in the southeast, then that makes them to be an Igbo person. Then on my question to Ajani Koko, you know that 95% of the Nigerian army, including the top ranking officers, are members of the Boko Haram. So how are you going to stand your ground against them? Thank you, sir.
Leaving the Boko Haram aside, that's the point that Tony is putting to you is exactly the point that I am making as well. The good 70-80% of Nigerian security forces, they are from the north. So how is he able to stand his ground? He has to bend to them as Jonathan bends to them.
No, let me tell you this. Even though they are northerner, we have, look, military. Even though they are northerner, we have many in the military that still want to serve their fatherland conscientiously. They don't want to serve on the basis of tribe or anything, but to do the job the way they are trained to do the job. So those are the people that they have to fish out, put them in the front to lead and do the job for them. They can still do it. This guy, the Atahiru, or what do you call this guy? The one that was killed in plane crash. That was that guy actually wanted to do the job, but he was killed. They killed him.
Contradiction.
No,
Because you said that they killed that guy. So who is going to come out again? Who is going to rear his ugly head to come and confront this so-called Kaba, this colonial master you guys refer to, otherwise known as Kaba?
Do you know why
Tony,
they
let
succeeded?
Ajan Lekoko address that, and then
Okay,
once Ajan Lekoko addresses that, I want
All
to
right, sir.
move. So just hold on. I want to move on to world peace. It's only because it's a very short session this afternoon about
Do
Ajan
you
Lekoko.
know why they succeeded in killing that Hatayuru guy? Because you have a president in place that does not want to do the job. So he allowed the pro what do you call it? Pro-terrorists within the military to have their way. But if you have a president that is leading in the fight and he got himself surrounded with military officers that from their heart they want to do the fight, they want to do the job as well, they will succeed. They will succeed. So Peter Obi, I believe he is a gentleman, but when it comes to doing the right thing, something that is good for the national interest of that country, he will stand up and do it if he's given power. I've seen him do that when he run Anambra State, and I believe he can do it again. What matters most is to eliminate these criminals that are killing our people all over the north. That is what matters. No sympathy should be given to terrorists. No sympathy. No sympathy. They are northerners. Yes. Are they even good for the northern people? Are they not killing other people? So those people, when they are killed, you want to say some politician will come up and said, "Oh, they are killing northerners." Okay, what are they been? Are these people not killing northerners already?
I think World Peace or Tony just pointed to you that when Goodluck Jonathan went after them aggressively, Buhari famously said an attack against them is that the North was essentially being attacked, and that
was a dangerous statement by politicians. That is way politicians act, and him, because he was looking for second term,
Jonathan wasn't able to manage that space
because Jonathan was looking for second time desperately, and he think
will Obi be able to manage that narrative? Will he be able to? Does he have it in him?
Because once he's given the power as the president of Nigeria, they give him the power to secure Nigeria. Look, number one responsibility of every government is the security of life and property. That is number one. Then number two is, welfare of the people. So where are the nation Nigeria have failed in these two respects? They failed to secure the people. They failed to give, the welfare of the people. We know
that, but it can.
If the nation, he will do it. If the nation give him that power to do it.
You see that in him? Do you see that in him?
I see it in him. I see it in him.
As somebody that's able to make big decisions.
He will make a big decision. He will make a big. I see that in that guy. Is an upright man. He's not a shaky man when it comes to standing his ground. He's a gentleman, but he is firm when it comes to decision making. And I believe he will do it again if he's given the power. Because once you are given the power to secure your people and to give welfare of the people, why are you up there if you cannot do the job? And that is what this government has. This is where this government has failed. They fail in terms of security and the welfare of the people. They fail as well. So what is this politics of they are bombing the North? Who cares? Is the North not being killed? Are the Northerners not being killed today?
If they rile the North against your administration, the country
they can't run it because he's going to have Northerner in his government as well.
Jonathan had Northerners.
Jonathan is a weak person. He's desperately looking for second term. When Obi comes in now we are having crisis. An issue of North does not matter.
Who do you think
Nigeria.
Who do you think has more bravery in them? Who is braver? Who can take on bigger decisions? Jonathan or Obi?
Forget about Jonathan. That one is a yes man. Obi can take a very strong decision. Forget about Jonathan. Jonathan is a failure. Don't even bring that name up. That one is a number one failure ever in the history of Nigerian presidency. is the #1 failure. Obi will do a wonderful job for that country. Look, Nigeria is in a crisis now. The issue of the interest of the North is not bigger than the interest of Nigeria. We are talking of Nigerian survivor. We are talking of the North. Who are the Northerners? They are going to say, okay, these terrorists should continue to kill Nigerians the way they are killing them, particularly the people from the North. The president and his team, if we have Northerners in his team, if we have all Nigerians in his team, and everybody, we work together to defeat these criminals that are killing, 90% of Nigerians that are killed by terrorists in this country, in that country, are Northerners. What are you talking about?
All right.
The Northerners will say, okay, don't do it. Don't eliminate terrorists.
I just want to add. Sorry.
Yeah, go on. Then I'll go on to world peace.
Before you go on to world peace, you see, I think people have this false perception that Obi is. I know he's a man that will go through maybe the intellectual way and all that, but the man also is strict when it comes to accountability, and he has shown that was one of the reasons why some politicians don't want him. Who's that? That's one of the reasons why some politicians don't want him there. You see, the man is very strict when it comes to accountability. When he was trying to do some things with
no, you're talking economics now. We're talking security.
No, that's the same thing. Accountability even is highly required in the security sector now. One man. Is there any accountability in this present administration whereby they are looking for 10 billion? So if the man takes that, if you look at it from that angle, this man is going to push for accountability. The man do you know that when Peter Obi wanted to transfer some money to some educational practitioners and health, whatever in Anambra, he had to, because of there's a lot of delay and corruption with the middlemen, he had to go straight from the government to those people directly by removing even the middlemen. And you need that kind of approach, accountability, and make sure. That's what they asked him even when he was on. When they asked him about security, say you have to make sure that you get the help, the weapon to the people that needs it directly, because there's a lot of unaccountability, and that is part of the security problem that the country is facing. And the man is very strict with that. So I think that's something people should also consider, and don't just look at him as someone that will just sit there and be expecting people to do their work. He's a man that is keen on accountability, and that's why there's no waste. That's why there's no waste in his in his administrations that he has done in the past. There's no single waste.
Most of the best decisions in life, they are gut instinct decisions. But somebody like Atiku, I think he can make a gut instinct decision, Tinubu as well. But somebody like Ochibanjo, somebody like Obi, they will only ever make considered decisions. But Nigeria, I'm not sure that these people are the best fit. But thank you, Sebit. Let me go on to World Peace. World Peace, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, brilliant. All right, thank you, World Peace. Let me take you, World Peace, then to this talking space. This is Senator Shehu Sani speaking. Shehu Sani reveals only way a southerner will succeed Buhari, and this is what Shehu Sani says. It says our power will shift to the south only if the candidates of the two main political parties are picked from the south. So that is what Shehu Sani is saying. So how would you respond to that, World Peace?
Yeah, thank you. I think I spoke about this before, like 2 days ago in this section. Like the end of the day, my own opinion, I think the two people that will be on the ballot will be the two South people, PDP and APC. Yes, the only way power can really come to the South if PDP and APC pick people from maybe South region or South region, which is West, East, or South. That's the only way the power can come, because the way the politics is right now, the way it's structured right now, they do not have the power, the voting power right now. We could say anything we like. We could say it from our emotions, But at the end of the day, the reality is they not have the voting power to decide 2023, and they are making good use of it. What Sheikh Sani said is true. We're supposed to come together now and try to work on that so the power can come to the South.
You know, I agree, and I think it will be political naivety to disagree that if you do it one-on-one and voting along ethnic lines, the North will always edge it. Do you think Nigeria should actually have a proportional representation sort of politics rather than majority carries the vote? So like some collegiate American hybrid sort of politics rather than because
Yeah,
with this system it's just too
yeah,
wicked.
with this system, there's no way we have a fair politics in Nigeria. As you just said, we have to have, let me pick it in a simple way, a gentleman agreement politics in Nigeria. We cannot play American politics in Nigeria. Nigeria is too tribal. It's too tribal for kind of politics we are playing. Then if we keep playing this politics, then CBD and Ogavin will keep complaining. Then we, the Benin, will not say anything, and Yoruba will be waiting to come and make this space better. It will just continue and continue and continue. Before you knew it, under 50 years will pass. We have to come together and sit down and tell ourselves the truth and come to a kind of politics that will favor everybody, which is like kind of gentleman agreement to carry everybody along.
Do you think it should be a constitutional matter, this rotational presidency? Do you think it should be inserted into the constitution?
For my own, it should be. It should be very good if it is in our constitution, so that everybody will have a voice. When I say this time is going to the East, then everybody will wait for the East to bring their candidate, and we vote for anybody that comes from the East. The two candidates, we have to now support one, pick the one that is nice, that will suit us more, we vote. Then we'll wait the next 4 years, it's coming to the West, then it will be fair. But like this, I don't think I will see fairness. That's my own kind of opinion.
All right, brilliant. Thank you, War Peace. War Peace, for reasons of time, let me go from you to CBD and have him address this space now. Politics and religion, of course, are time immemorial, side by side. So the 2023 presidency, RCCG pastor under fire for endorsing Osibanjo, says he spoke for only himself. So I'm sure you've been following the developments within the RCCG. They've now set up a politics directorate and mandated every church to have a representative for that directorate to sensitize the adherents, the church members, the congregants, to the impact politics has on their lives. So you say on the surface this is a good thing, but they've just now recently set it up within the last couple of months. So politics has been in Nigeria since 1960. This present dispensation since 1999. RCCG has been existing long and long ago. So why the immediacy of this, that they are setting up a political structure within RCCG to sensitize their people about politics? One of their senior pastors comes out to say that their structure is for Shibanjo, but then they forced him to take it back. Is this, shall we just concede that RCCG, the Redeemed Christian Church of God, is essentially now a political organization in CBD?
Yes, I think there's no better way you could have said that, because I think the only result or what they are going to achieve in the long run is to politicalize the the religious, or shall I say the Christian RCCG space, because at the end of the day, Osibanjo, there's a reason why I feel he will not do anything of substance. Is because the man has been the people that put him there. They have been able to study him all with the past 7 years, and they understand the things he can and cannot do. And you feel like if they are going to give him that chance, is because they know he's going to do things that favors them. You think that these people will just intentionally put their hands in their own eyes? They can't do that. So I don't know why some people feel like Osibanjo will bring this, will be the savior coming to save the whole South.
Do you think Osibanjo's presidential bid is Osibanjo's ambition or the ambition of our Pastor Adeboye, the overseer of our CCG? Do you think it is him that has this ambition, or this ambition is hard on his behalf?
I think it's none of the above. I think probably let's say is Osibanjo, but also in a large extent, it's also the ambition of the northern political cabal, because these people,
You don't think it's RCCG that is pushing
uh,
him?
they might have pushed him, which I think they really helped in pushing him to where he is right now. But whatever they think they would get from him is what Tinubu is getting from Buhari. It's just miscalculation and not understanding the political space, very well. By thinking that you push him and he will come and save the Christians or the South or the economy. All those things cannot work if the man did not go there as an opposition. He went there as part of them. So what exactly will he do? He can't do anything. If Osibanjo broke out from maybe he decided to leave APC and go to not even PDP, maybe go to one upcoming party like the way ADC for what's the name, Kingsley Moghalu and all that. Wait, there's a feedback I'm getting. I don't know where it's from.
Yeah, I'm looking for it as well. I think it may well be from you. You are the only mic on.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
but so that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not. It's a miscalculation. The same miscalculation Tinubu did, and it will not work. It will not work. The RCCG does not have control anymore of Osibanjo. The only person that can use each other now is Osibanjo can use RCCG right now. So they can RCCG cannot control him, to be honest. And Osibanjo is not representing them. Neither is he representing the large interest of the South. There's no way he will represent the large interest of the South because, like I said, the North cannot put their hands in their own eyes.
All right. And you don't think the North will control Obi if he becomes president?
The North will not control Obi that much because the North right now, PDP is not what it is back then in the North. His party is a totally different party. It's coming from the opposition, and that also counts. That's something very important, Yeah, so it's coming from the opposition. So I don't think they will control him.
All right, thank you. So, in CBD, let me go on to Vin just to make sure I touch as many of the voices as we have before we round
Oh, you
off.
know, ask us about Wike and his Ipob issues. So I think you did
No,
not.
that's what I was going to put to Vin.
Yeah. But
But
let me
let me
if
put
I
let me put let me put
want.
it to Vin, and then you can chime in. So
Okay.
so so Vin, are you there?
Yes, please, I'm here, Oma.
All right, brilliant. So I support IPOB's agitation. Wike reveals what Nnamdi Kanu said to him. So there's this belief now that people from the South are trying to Igbofy or try to accentuate their ego-ness for reasons of that real strong clamor for our Southeastern president. So Wike, of course, not far from that space, wanting to re-echo his eagerness. So let me bring you what he said. I support the agitation in the Southeast, whether anybody likes it or not, I do. We should sit down at a round table and discuss it. But again, what do I do wrong when you have not gone to say bomb everything? I am a governor and you are telling me what has never happened and I should accept. Do you need to kill everybody in my area simply for me to say I am with you? And I say, no, I won't do that. So I think that might well be in response to a question. He added that there was a time Nnamdi Kanu praised him, adding that the group was not a threat to him. Why will they be a threat to me? It is because of the division in this country today that we have never had this country being so divided. There came a time IPOB was singing praises about Wike. This Nnamdi Kanu was singing praises that Wike is our son. So Wike is our son. Wike supports IPOB's agitation, and then the narrative then that the Igbos are being played somewhat by the South, who are re-echoing their Ifeanyi Chukwu Amechi, they are suddenly now wearing the red cap and Igbofying themselves to tap into that now currency of our Eastern president. So what are you then making of this love for the Ipob that Wike has just discovered?
You see, one man, thank you so much for this opportunity, and good afternoon to everybody on the platform. You see, when I always maintain in this platform that Nigerian politicians and the elites, they practice what I call politics of convenience. That is what they do. When they feel that they are going to get something from you, they are at advantage to get something from you, and you are in the position to give it to them, they begin to gravitate towards you. They will not even, remember what they said in the past. For Wike to come out to say, me, when you look at me and what the history of the Igbos and the Ikweres, I will still tell you that the Ikweres are part of the Igbos. That is what I will tell you. I don't care what anybody says about it. Especially, how can you tell me that you speak the same language? If an Ikwere man speaks here right now, my mother is from Abia State. I will listen. I will hear. It is just the tonation in the language. That is the difference. Whatever they call is what Igbos in the hinterland calls. You see, and somebody will wake up because of the state. How they gerrymandered most of these things, and carve them out and give them to further divide them. That is also someone will come from there and tell you. For me, what he said, I'm not enthused. One man, with this kind of his comments and so on and so forth, because he killed them, a lot of them. He killed them. They did not attack him. He killed them. Their bodies were flowing in a river, in an Obibo river. He slaughtered them. And they were clapping for him. Oh, Wike has done the big thing. And that was the time they gave him the little Hitler. He slaughtered them. So coming now to come and try to do as if he's pacifying them, he wants to talk, because election is coming. It's just it's nonsensical to me, and I don't quite believe in all the things he said there. Thank you.
Oh, are you noticing, Vin, the obvious scam that the South is playing on the Southeast? Because if you are not noticing it, a lot of people are noticing it. This is a public analyst, Wale Adegoke. A public analyst, Wale Adegoke, while speaking on the chances of the Southeast winning the ticket, said the region needs to work very hard so they won't lose out in 2023. Let me just bring you to the paragraph. It says, hence you see South politicians emphasizing their Igbo or Igbo-related names, Amechi, Ifeanyichukwu, etc., all in a bid to create a shade of Igbo-ness in them to assuage the agitation in Igbo land. Unfortunately, some Igbos from the Southeast are even falling for that scam. So there's a scam in play, clearly, patently. Everybody has noticed it, but I wonder if the Southeast have noticed it as well. So the Igbofication of the South politician now to tap into that now currency of presidential to the Southeast.
Currency, billions of currency. That is what he is trying to tap into. Look, let me tell you one thing. I just want to be plain here. I don't see it happening. If any other person from the Igbo hinterland are playing, they are dancing to the tune of what they. I saw one, the former Masop, the one that Nnamdi Kanu's boss before Nnamdi Kanu left him, was Rike, canvassing for Saraki. Is it? Yahya Bello. And you see that the same man will sit down and say the Igbos are marginalized. The same man, what brought him to begin to campaign for Masop? What made him to do that? Today he's shifting. Money misroad. Maybe some amount of money, millions, hundreds of millions, as passed.
My brother Vin, I have something for you. I have something for you, sir.
Maybe it's not yes, maybe. No. Sorry. Carry on. I want to push it through, but carry on, Vin. Yeah.
Okay, you see, when this man that was struggling for Biafra agitation movement for the actualization of Biafra now today is campaigning for a North Central politician to be the president of Nigeria, whereas your people has not been there. Then, if you tell me that this man had a genuine, interest to fight for Biafra, now with acid playing, I will tell you he was just, he was just a noisemaker. He was just a nonsense. This is exactly what is happening. That a scam that they try to when they look at what they are going to benefit from this Igbo, their cousins in the hinterland that has the majority, the population in that particular zone, they begin to turn themselves like chameleon towards that. Because for me, Wike is just speaking for himself. He is not speaking for the people of the River State. He's not speaking for the people of Oyibo, Amiibo, or whichever place that is in River State. He's speaking for his own personal interest. And the earlier these so-called gullible Southeast politicians, understand the divide and the rule system he is playing right now, trying to be a good boy, the better for them.
All right, thank you, Vin. It is indeed divide and it's so obviously divide and rule, but the shocking thing is that some Southeasterners are actually falling for it. They are all suddenly wearing red caps. I've never known Amechi to wear red caps, but he's now
No,
wearing.
he used to. He used to.
It's very obvious what he's doing. Wike on is just is using it for political gains.
419 politics.
But I mean,
Wama, please, just a question for Vince, sir. Please, sir. I know that it's a shorter period.
Yeah, hold on. Let me acknowledge Alexander's super chat, Tony. It says, information reaching me from delegates is that Oshibanjo is the people's choice, but Amechi is the delegate's favorite for the APC presidential ticket. So thank you for the super chat, Alexander. But that is not in the tea leaves of politics for the tickets too, because when Amechi came out, he came out to the bank with this long thesis about his plans. But then I think it's petered out since when they started to play the Goodluck Jonathan currency. But the people that have held steady in the front line are Oshibanjo, Tinubu, Atiku, and Peter Obi. So those are the names that have consistently held the space as possibilities. So Amechi came and went, and Wike also, he's holding steady. But I don't see quite how Amechi will come into play, but we'll watch that space. So thank you for the super chat, Alexander. Yeah, so put your question, Tony, and then I'll go on from Vin to Thomas, and then we land on you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So, Mr. Vin, my brother, hello.
Yes, sir.
So, you are more qualified to represent Southeast as a president or whatever than those our own Igbo. Those our own Igbo are no longer, they can't trace their origins from the Southeast any longer. But your mother is from Abia State. You know exactly your grandfather's house. I know my great-great-great-great-great-grandmother's house and my great-grandfather's house. So we can do that. Then to Ajani Koko. Ajani Koko, please, let us be united here, the Southerners. Let us stop promoting all these Northerners. However golden they might be, they might seem like, because they are very dangerous. I believe to one man show all this time now. When I was not on the show, I see how he has been working hard. I really say, oh, thank you very much, one man, because I see that you have been dealing with the political situation. Like see, without me coming out to be be castigated that I'm a certain promoter or whatever, or bigot or certain bigot that I want to tear the country apart. You can see that things are not working. Then this guy work peace. Do you know that when Ajani Koko is always say that it is not Northerners that are suffering? It's a big lie. The Edo people are dying. Delta people are dying. Is war peace still there? Tony, everybody is dying. Yesterday, how many people that were killed in Benin? Every day, this Hausa Fulani, they are killing our people. But Ajani Koko is always say here that only the Northerners that are feeling the pain. That's it, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you. That wasn't so much. Go on, address that, Avin.
Okay, so you see, for me, it is Uncle, my brother Thomas. It is very, very sad that people were to. It's just like in your father's house or in my father's house. I wake up the following morning. I just see that part of my house is at the other bank, the other side, with a different name, and this side a different name. It gives you that feeling that the divide and rule is just unfortunate that these people are made to believe that same narrative that
No, you
Igbos
didn't
are
address
there
it.
to
We are talking
dominate
about
them. And
those
this is
Igbos that are in Ikwere. Are they? We know. Were they
no,
able to
I'm
trace their
coming. I'm
forefathers' house to Onitsha,
of
to
course.
Enugu,
See,
to Okigwe?
see,
They cannot.
see. It is the other way around. In fact, there will say, well, I don't know, but most
But sorry,
of
Vin.
our people,
Sorry,
uh,
Vin.
there is what we call Igbo Ukwu. In Igbo language, that's what they call Igbo Ukwu and Igbo Nta. When you look at the history of Igbo Ukwu, that Igbo Ukwu is in Asaba. That is where you have the big Igbo, the big Igbo, and the small Igbo is in Oka Anambra. That is how it is. So wherever you have the big one, the smaller one must also come
Anyway,
from the
let us
big
not kill
one.
the time. You will
That
never
is how
answer
it
this
is.
question. I know this because your
But
people
listen,
migrated to our place to trade. They
listen.
are now in Lagos. They are now in Kano, everywhere. So that's how they migrated back in the days. If they're able to
Wait,
trace their forefathers' house in Onitsha, in Okigwe, tell me you are going too much. You are talking too much.
let me tell you this, Tony. When it comes
Yes,
to the Igbos in Ikwere and
yes.
in Anyoma, those people, they did not, that is where they are from. So when you keep on saying that they came from Onitsha and all that's not right. Go and, even if you don't, if nobody tell you, go and do your own personal research.
Why is it that
That
apart from the language, it is the Benin culture
they,
and the Benin
they,
traditional system that exists
Tony,
there?
we don't want to go into that now.
no, we
This one,
don't
We
you
need
don't,
see,
to
yeah,
we
go
don't
we
want.
into
don't.
it now.
Listen. No, forget
Wait.
about
All
it.
right, all
Forget
right, all
about
right.
it.
All right.
right,
Thank you,
We
thank you,
don't
all
woman.
want.
Thank
right.
you,
We don't want
woman.
to go into that.
All right. The history of Nigeria is just so convoluted. I don't know, man. That space, when we enter that space, that's just 2 hours solid. We spent 2 hours on it, and we are no wiser when we came in than 2 hours later. It's even more. We are even more confused. No, according to my grandma in 1802, the queries and the something. No, that is not true. According to there's always an according to.
The
There's always
queries
an
are from
according
Port
to.
Harcourt.
Eh?
The queries are from Port
No,
Harcourt.
Tony shouldn't have bring
Eh?
this issue
Wait,
here. No, you
No,
see,
no.
You
this
can,
not
you are
this is not
qualified, my
okay.
friend. I
For me,
didn't, you're my brother now. I say you are
One
qualified,
man,
but the people in Delta
one man,
State
can I
and River State,
respond
they
to
cannot.
Tony? 1
what is
minute.
happening? I'm saying the queries are from Port Harcourt. The Anyoma people are from there. It's a political divide. It's not like they moved people from one geographical location to the other. They just came and said, okay, these people are part of this and these people are part of this. If they have done it well, those places will still be the same with us. It's a political.
Listen,
One man, can I respond to Tony? 1 minute.
Yes, let's
okay.
have land your point, Vin. We hear Ajale Koko respond, then we round off on
Okay.
Thomas.
You
Yeah.
see. Let me tell what I wanted to tell Tony is this: if he goes back and ask the Eze, that Delta, that Eze in Delta State, the Eze in Delta, he will give you the history. My mother, them, they migrated from there to where they are right now. That is why they call them the big Igbo and the small Igbos. Go and ask that man. He's still alive. He's the custodian of the Igbo history in Delta State, Asaba. You go and ask him. He will tell you all those things. The facts are there, so we don't need to debate on these issues. Ajali Koko, please carry on.
Yes, Ajale Koko.
Tony, you see, when I speak to fact. You see the incident of the recent release statistic on kidnap incident in Nigeria in the first quarter of the year. In the Southwest, 36 incident was reported. In the North, 776. So that, in the Northwest,
Northwest alone, 760 something. So if you want to compare the two, which one among them suffer more? Is it not in the north? The same thing with the killing of Nigerians every day. The barbaric killing by banditry. Do you have banditry in Edo State? But banditry exists in the north. They're killing people every day. And you are saying that Adeoko is lying. They are lying. What are you talking about? Let us stand on the truth. Let us not play this tribal sentiment, tribal sentiment. It's not good. It's not good for us as people. We have to say it the way it is. So I just want to respond to you to let you know that I am not saying that we are not suffering, but the level we are, you see, the
thing is, Ajale Koko, I think I've said this here once before. I'm not sure that the Southerners, they really consider people in the North as real people or even real human beings. Because like you say, every single day, they'll say 70 killed in Sokoto, 120 killed in Borno, 35 killed in Bauchi, XYZ killed. There's no, if we can do it now, just type it into Google and you see these 10 pages of killing all in the north. All in the north. But let one person be killed in the south, and then the whole of the south is saying that, oh, they are ravaging us, they are attacking us. But they are attacking the entire country, and the bulk, like you said, I don't know what the percentages are, but the preponderance, the abundance of it, if you can use that word, of the killings is in the north. They just killed. If the subcat on Sokoto is alarming, the governor of Benue is crying. Zolom himself has been attacked twice. You know, so we can't.
But one man, please, sir. You know, I don't want to rush you. Sorry, sir. Look, Ajani Kuko should know that we lay, people on our roads, and then our bushes killing our poor, raping our women. It's not part of our culture.
Nobody is saying that. But what Ajani Koko is saying is that most of the killings going on in Nigeria is actually happening in the north, and those are the reports that we are getting. But it's not acceptable.
One man.
But it is straight to us. It is straight to us.
That's not the point that Ajani Koko was making. But let's hear from Vin. So Vin,
it is straight to us. Okay.
Yeah, Vin, go on. All right. Are you speaking?
Thomas.
No, Tony.
Life, life. Tony, please. Sorry about that. When you talk of the loss of lives in the north, it is humongous. You see, it is now. What happened is this, one man. There is a tactics that is being adopted by these guys, these terrorists in the north. They want to get hold of the north first before they begin to do whatever they want to do. Once they get hold of north, then they can have a standpoint to begin to exercise whatever they want to exercise. That is the issue, because as it is now, they have never gotten the solid grip that they want in the north. That's why it is like that. But I believe that the government must do something, if at all that these people are ready to do something.
You know that we're not used to that. We are not used to that. We are not used to that killing of our people.
All right, thank you. So let's thank you, Vin. So let's go on from you, Vin, to Thomas, if he's still with us. I doubt if he is. Thomas,
I'm here. I'm just listening. One man. I'm here.
All right, brilliant. Thank you, Thomas. So Thomas, let me then take you to the space. Speak to this thing that they want. They are saying they're still giving consideration to Peter Obi being Atiku's vice president. So Isibidi was saying that they are only making that statement to put that as an idea into people's consciousness, but that is an idea that has never really left a lot of people's consciousness, because a lot of people, for all of the push, and they are doing an excellent job to try and rebrand Peter Obi as an alpha person, But for all of that, a lot of people still see Peter Obi as somewhat a vice to somebody that supervises him. So what are you making of this thing then that they are saying that Peter Obi to be the vice president for Atiku? And is it still the right choice? Should they jettison him for Wike? All of that, Thomas.
One man, it's as if all these people are listening to us every time. We normally say here every time that Obi is a vice president slot. No, he's not going for any presidency. I thought he's just marking his register to beckon with his brother.
Thomas,
with his
it's not we always say it, or say some of us say it, not we always say it. Me, I'm not part of people that is.
No worries. You can exclude yourself, but I take that position. Yes.
You just make it that way. Say for you, not we. If you do with that, it's collective.
For me, most of people that come to this platform, I will say that we choose Obi as a vice president.
Again, you are wrong, but okay, continue. But
let me make my assertion, my brother. I didn't interrupt
anyone. That's what you are saying. Speak for yourself. You can't speak for others.
Speak for yourself, bro.
My position is Peter Obi. No one is looking for like he's a president candidate over there. And you can see as well, for him to participate in Atiku's declaration, he was there. People ask him, you want to vie for the same office? Your former boss that you ran with the other time is declaring you are vying for the same office, and you are there. You know his answer. He said, "Oh, it's my brother. It doesn't mean that I can't be there when he's declaring for his presidency, even though I'm aspire as well to be there. So if you want to be there, be there. If you don't be there, stay in your lane." But to me, it's just marking his register. That is my opinion. It's just marking a register to tell people that I'm still available if you want to pick me as your vice. He knows that he can't win the ticket, the PDP ticket. He can't win the ticket for PDP. It's just marking that register. That is my opinion. Since everybody is throwing tomato on me now, that I should not speak for them. Yeah. So my opinion.
But do you think even they should still pick him? Because there's an argument to say that Peter Obi is a busted flush. He has no real electoral value on a presidential ticket, and Wike would give them a stronger chance if they picked him as vice instead of Atiku. So would you say that even that vice presidential slot is too big for him?
No, they can't pick him this time around again. That to me, Atiku will not even pick him this time around. It's not only him that is there in that space. Wike is there. So many Easterners are there. So they will not pick him. They will not pick him. Atiku will not pick him this time around. And I will tell you for free.
Osinbajo will never contest. And Osinbajo came on board. You are always
my brother, that is my opinion.
He said, "Oh, God no born Osinbajo well. He will never declare for presidency." This is what you are saying again. I am telling you, you will be proved wrong again. You will see Obi if Atiku is the one that is the nominee of the party. Obi will be his vice president. Go and mark it.
We have limited time. Let's gather in the evening.
Don't worry about the time. I'm just telling you that your prediction always never come true. It's always
a prediction is just like all these false pastors now.
One man. Let me finish my statement, my brother.
Okay, go on.
Don't
run away. Don't run away. When that time comes, don't run away.
I never run away. So to me, Even I will say this one man, Obi stand as a disadvantage last election for Atiku.
A lot of people felt that he did not bring any electoral value to Atiku's campaign in 2019. Even Atiku's camp said so. They said he didn't bring money and he didn't bring value.
He didn't bring value. So what are we saying?
Because
they said
can't you read what is happening? You're talking about
Ajale Koko, Eni Suru, Ajale Koko, hold on. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀rọ̀ yín. One man said this. Is it true or false? PDP camp themselves, Atiku camp, came that this guy doesn't bring any value. The man is stingy. He doesn't bring money and he doesn't bring value. So
where did you read that? Where did Atiku ever say that this guy did not bring value?
I don't say Atiku. One man just said it now. I'm not the one that said it.
Go and check the statistics here. Thomas, go and check the statistics of the vote of PDP in the southeast and south. Go and check it before you come and begin to make this skewed analysis.
One man has left.
The southeast is traditionally PDP and more so anti-Buhari. So even if Atiku had picked a chimpanzee as his running mate in 2019, the Southeast will still vote against Buhari. So it wasn't. I'm not sure if Peter Obi was a factor in that election.
But if we go by the logic of Thomas, then you're saying someone like Osibanjo that declared now does not have it in him to be the president because he was always.
I don't think he does. I don't think he does.
Because he was always on the side of Tinubu. No, you can't say that, my brother.
No, that's what I think, though. I don't think Osibanjo has it in him to be a president, no.
Do you hear that? So,
Peter Obi politically is even higher than Tinubu, and you're saying he doesn't have it in him. Politically, right now, he has more status than Tinubu himself.
But electorally, he doesn't.
In which part of the country? I don't know. You people think Lagos or Southwest is the whole South or is the whole Nigeria. Tinubu don't have that.
Otibanjo has never arrowheaded an election. When has he ever arrowheaded an election?
Who?
Tinubu won as a governor 2 times.
Osibanjo.
If they do what's it called? Popularity, whatever, poll right now, there's no way Tinubu will beat Osibanjo across the country.
Okay, but that popularity poll that you were saying, it has actually been done, but that will be the evening session. So we'll address that popularity poll in the evening because that has actually been done. So come back in the evening and then we take that on. But back to you, Thomas.
Yes. So to me, Atiku camp said he didn't add any value to the election. So why will they pick that kind of person again this time? No, even if Atiku won the ticket for PDP, he will be picking someone else. That is just my opinion. He will be picking someone else. He won't pick Peter Obi again. But why are we even talking about Peter Obi? It's himself is vying for the same office. So we are clinching him to Atiku now as the vice. So that means we don't know where he stands.
I think this is something you need to address. We say I.
Yeah. Say you. We.
No, the we is the political space now. The political space is the political space that is subordinating
he's making his personal opinion. He's analyzing. He's making his personal opinion.
But one man, everybody has been speaking. I didn't interrupt anybody now. Now I'm having my opinion now. They don't let me speak. One man.
No, don't involve us inside because when you address us, you say we. You say we. We say no. Don't say we. Say you. It's your personal opinion, bro.
It's a collective noun. So the English speakers are telling us, Adebisi Adedoyin is telling us it's a collective noun. So, yeah, go on.
I'll make your statement, woman.
No, I was going to invite in CBD to read this super chat by Alexander Gomez, only because it's in Igbo language and I don't want to butcher the language. So in CBD, Alexander super chats to you. So can you read to us what he's saying to you?
Yeah. Okay, but I think the okay, Werewanyo, I know the one he means. I know what he said by Werewanyo, which is take it easy. But Ntamu, Vin, what is Ntamu, please?
Take them softly. Take them softly.
Yeah, that's Werewanyo is take it easy, but Ntamu.
This is
Take it
CBD
easy,
self.
yes.
It not be original Igbo.
No,
It is just
Werewanyo.
Igbo from.
Oh yeah, now you type your own Yoruba.
Wherever
Let
you
us
are,
see. Let's see
he
your
got it
Yoruba.
right. He
Look
got
at
it
this
right.
guy.
Ajale Koko. He got it
He
right.
got it right. You see, it's not even
He got
Igbo.
it
It's
right.
diet. In CBD, it's diet Coke Igbo. Diet Coke Igbo.
It's wherever you are.
Coke
Wherever
Igbo.
you are.
It's not
One
full
name.
blood. It's not full
I
blood.
saw one name.
That Ntamu is the diet coke there. Ntamu, I don't
God
know
bless
how.
your heart, Green. All the way from Ghana. He's even teaching this diet Coke Igbo in Nigeria, this Igbo language.
Yes.
Yeah, wherever you are. I think is it wherever you are. One name. Wherever you are. Take them easy, my brother. That's the Igbo language.
Vin,
Alexander, where you go learn this one from?
Vin, I'm
No.
asking.
Alexander is part Igbo by virtue of marriage.
Okay,
So,
I see.
so one man. So to
Okay,
me,
I get Alexander now. He has said Ntamu is Mbise for Nnamu. I know Nnamu, but Ntamu. That's what I'm telling you. That this is we have different dialects in the Igbo.
Yeah, diet Coke Igbo. Is that educating you
language.
on the oh God.
But I'm not from.
My goodness me.
I'm not from
Alexander full blood Lagos is educating you. Or are you there?
No,
Are you,
one man.
look
No,
at this
one
guy.
man. One man. See.
Diet Coke
And see,
Igbo.
hold on. Let me address one man. Let to just let to see. If you come to the Igbo side, they have the Ngwas, they have the Ohunhons. The Ngwas are those. If they speak, if a boy man speak right now, I find it difficult to understand. But he's speaking Igbo. If an Anambra man speak, the Anambra accent are those ones you see. When they see bread, they call it blade. When they see plug, they call it prog. See, that accent is there. When you go to Mbise, Mbise will tell you one name. When they batem. That batem is just for me. If I don't know, I will not understand. What
Unless
he's
they
telling
speak
you is that
general Igbo before we all
yes,
understand it.
unless you speak general Igbo. What Alexander wrote there, Ntamu, is just Nnamu. It's the same thing. It's the same thing, but in general terms, in general Igbo is different altogether. These are accent. That is the clan accent within that Igbo space.
All right. Thank you. So thank you. So and thank you. Thank you. Thomas. So we're 2.5 hours into a 2-hour session. So you know what that means. It's just the funniest thing. Yesterday I was here with Ete and nobody else. I had to abandon. Now
No,
there's so many,
one man. No. You didn't post hyperlink.
I did. Ete was on the screen, but he wasn't talking.
I don't know how he got in. I was
One
trying.
man.
I didn't see
hyperlink now.
One man.
and you
That
didn't-
is why I told you one day. If immediately you log on, if you put the hyperlink, later on it will disappear. You have to
It will disappear. Yes.
Yes. I know.
I didn't see the hyperlink, and I was and I sent a chat asking for hyperlink, and I was doing all of this. I said,
sometimes
I saw the chat for the but I'd already clicked end session, and as soon as I click end session, there's no coming back unless I restart a whole new session again. Yeah. So I just thought, okay,
sometimes one man, I will go to you Facebook and get the hyperlink from there. So you have to put it like 2, 3, or 4 times so that if I wanted to come in, then I saw you ended. I said, what is going on with one man? I just said, maybe you have something to do or something. You even called Ete. Ete, are you there?
Ete was on the screen. It was on the screen. But you know sometimes when because what some people do is they'll click on it and then they go about doing other things as I'm reading out the talking points and then come back to join in. But I'd already finished reading the talking points and I was calling Ete, and he wasn't responding. So that told
but
me
you should have waited for some minutes. You should have waited for some minutes at least to invite those guys at the commentary section, like Fresh Mankind and Adewale. They were there. I was there too. You didn't even read. You didn't even read the chat. You didn't even go through. I was there.
No, I saw the chat say that was saying send the link, but then I'd already clicked on end session, so the session was ending. You know, so there was no coming back from it.
You didn't waste time. You didn't even wait. You say, oh, there's nobody here, and boom, you just went. I mean, invite Flash Mankind. You read the commentary. You see people. You say, oh, Flash Mankind, can you come in and let's talk, or what's going on?
I think one man's wife. I think maybe Madame called one man because I don't think. I think there was.
I think it was the jollof rice in the fridge that was calling me. You know?
Amala,
it was the jollof rice.
Going to eat ewedu and pounded yam.
I thought, oh good. I could see the microwave in my head, and I thought, okay, that's it.
One man. Anytime your journey or trip carries you to Ghana, I will prepare you ewedu soup.
No, don't dare do that. Don't cook ewedu in Ghana. Don't cook ewedu in Ghana. Wow, what's going on now?
Who go eat Ghana
ewedu? Don't worry. Are you cooking ewedu in Ghana?
Yes,
don't do it. Are they cooking? They must not cook ewedu in Ghana now. What is it?
Most of the ingredients. See, most of the ingredients they bring them from Nigeria, from Lagos to this place. So we buy them.
No, don't do it.
We buy them. We prepare. For those of us that like it, for those of us that like to eat it, we eat it. We prepare. We eat it.
You know the wine champagne. Do you know champagne?
Mm-hmm.
You know, Champagne is actually the name of a region in France where they grow that particular wine. Do you know that the champagne?
Yes, they have the trademark.
Yes, they went to law that you cannot be calling your thing champagne if it's not from the Champagne region. So you cannot be eating ewedu in Ghana now. When it's not from Oyo, you are not from Oyo now. Don't do it again. No. Don't do it again. Don't be eating ewedu in Ghana.
This man. This man. So what is in your land? What is in your land? And you eat it. You look nice. And you make big. The way we call it, you make big. You look fluffy. So we cannot eat it here, right?
No. Come to Oyo and eat it. That is where it belongs.
You are discriminatory now.
All right.
Now you are discriminatory.
No, let me round off. Come back in the evening, gentlemen. It's always a delight in your company, as you know. I don't even want to leave, but it's just I have to because I enjoy your company so much. Let's leave the final words to Alexander Gomez, who's super tasked to celebrate Ajanle Koko. I love Yoruba language, especially when Ajanle Koko speaks it. Yes, the tone of Ajanle Koko, Ajanle Koko has never been defeated on this platform, but the one person that defeats him in that Yoruba tone is Baba Akure. There's nobody that carries the Yoruba tone better than Baba Akure. Baba Akure is if you want to hear Yoruba, the thickness of Yoruba, he said, look, I am here from Akure. I have to tell you, so that's so thank you, gentlemen, and peace. Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you.